Alright, hello, welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build a very simple sales funnel with Elementor, and yeah, it's just going to be really simple. It's going to also have split testing in it as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create two landing pages. One, they're both going to be similar but with a couple of differences, obviously for split testing, and then we're going to have a thank you page. I want to try and make this as quick as possible so you can just get straight into it. But essentially what I've done is I've installed a fresh copy of WordPress, and I'm just going to show you the other things that I've set up. So I've got obviously Elementor and Elementor Pro installed because I want to use the form that's in there. And then the other plugins I've got installed are these ones. I've got duplicate page, Elementor, Elementor Pro, split test for Elementor, and Updraft Plus for backups. The theme that I've got installed is the Hello theme by Elementor. It's just a blank canvas theme that is really nice and light. And I've also got 2021 just sitting there just in case. Always have a theme there just in case the site breaks or something has to go back to another theme. But you'll notice that I've also cleared out the other themes as well, so it's always good to have a fresh start. The settings, so under pages, what I've got is I've got my first landing page set up in Elementor. I've set this to be the front page, so under settings, reading, you'll see I've got static, and then I've got landing one. So that's just going to be the landing page that people land on. In this case, it's just the home page, I guess, of the site. But if you if you want to essentially if you're doing it on a normal website that has lots of pages, then you would you'd create a new page, or you would use the landing pages templates in under Elementor. I'm not going to use that for this lesson. I'm just doing it under pages. But yeah, you can certainly go ahead and do landing pages on Elementor, which is really cool. But I won't be going through that. So anyway, all right. So I wanted to just also show you. So I've got split test set up, and I'll go through how to set up that as well. But for now, what we'll do is we will start going. So as you can see, I've got landing page, which is the front page, and it's on Elementor already. Now, if I go in and edit that, I'll just show you a couple of other, another setting. Under template, I've got this set as Elementor Canvas, because with the Hello theme, there's just a simple header with a logo area. But for this excuse me, for the purpose of this lesson, we're going to strip out the header and the footer because we're not going to have one. So because we don't want that distraction, we don't want a menu or anything like that. So just set that to canvas, and I'll also do the same thing for the thank you page. So I'll go into thank you, set the default to canvas, and I will update that, and then I'll come back and edit that a little bit later. All right, cool. So let's get cracking, shall we? So let's go in and edit landing one. That's what I've called it. You can call it whatever you want. So yeah, I always right click and open link in a new tab. So then we got the back end open in a tab, and yeah, I just like to keep it like that. So anyway, so this is where we need to build the landing page. So now the cool thing about Elementor is that you can go into their library under that folder and types into search landing, and they've got landing pages already pre ready to go. So you can choose any one of these, and I might just choose one just for ease of, just to get things really quick. So you can choose one of these, or you can, and by means I'm not saying that you should copy anything, but under unbounce.com, they've got what they, you know, they've created a service where you can go and create landing pages and sales funnels in their system. So so it's a pretty neat little tool, giving them a bit of a plug. But if you're stuck for design ideas, this is a really good place to get ideas. And I'm not saying you should copy these, because I think there's probably some copyright around these, but you can certainly come here and get some inspiration. There's nothing wrong with getting inspiration, but I wouldn't use their images and I wouldn't use their wording and all that stuff. You'd have to come up with your own. Obviously it will be your own, right? So, but you can definitely come and get some inspiration from here, or could even go and have a look at you know, other sales funnel type sort of websites that build, you know, that you can build out things, you know, sales funnels within their system, and it's all integrated and stuff like that. So let's just go back here. So what we essentially want, this is a really simple funnel, right? So it's going to be the landing page. So you're obviously going to drive traffic to the landing page, and that's going to be the thing that you want, you know, that you want them to do. So it's one thing, one offer, okay, not multiple. It's just one offer. So you got to choose what you want to give away. So this could be like, you know, you're giving away an ebook, or you're giving away something, like could be a course, you know, like a free 5-day course, or you know, something like that. Now I'm not going to go into any sort of like products, selling any products in this video. I'll do that in the next one. But this is just basically if you want somebody to, you know, if you've got an offer like of a guide, or a white paper, or some sort of ebook, or some sort of thing that you want to give away for value, and then in return you're getting their details, so you can ring them up on the phone or contact them in the future to sell them something eventually. So yeah, let's go and spin up one of these templates, and we'll go. I haven't really decided any of these what I'm going to choose here, but let's go this one here, the webinar page. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna so essentially with this one, it's going to be like, yeah, sign up for our webinar. Okay. So let's go and click on that one, and then we can sort of see a preview of it. Now it's a very short page, which is pretty neat. It's what we want. So obviously it's just got like the main headline, bit of text, and yeah, your call to action here, sort of thing. So what we will do though on this is we'll add a sign up form at the bottom, and then once they submit the form, it goes to the thank you page. And you know, it says, hey, check your email. We'll have 3 little steps here, 3 things that we'll ask them to do, but we'll go through that when we design it. So let's go and insert that. So I'm going to spin this one up, and yeah, and I'm going to add a form, and that's going to be our call to action. So when we say sign up, may even get rid of this take a tour, so we don't need that. So I'm just going to delete. Actually, I should just delete the whole column. No, I didn't mean to do that. Let's undo that. I meant to get. I meant to remove this. This column here. So there we go, and I'll center align the button, and I'll change the wording here to register now. Cool, awesome. So that's great, and learn. I can't even write. Learn how to double your sales in just 15 minutes per day, something like that. All right, so that could be just like a and then under here, like, you know, we'll show you proven strategies to double your sales and land the dream project or something like that. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up here. Cool. Alright, so we'll change this button color to, now I'm not going to go through styling and all that sort of stuff, but I'm just going to change this to a to an orange color. Hover is going to be, change the color there to white, so it's just, and I don't want that to be transparent. Oops. Cool, so just, yeah, it's just some really simple changes here, nothing too major. Then we've got the video here, and then we've got fast and easy, so obviously we'll just update that. Then we have the, I don't know, just some logos here that you can take them out or not. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a form down below here. So we'll go full column, and we'll go, now I am using the Elementor Pro form, and there is a reason for that, and I'll show you why. So then I'm going to add a bit of padding to this, actually to keep it consistent. I might just have a look at their padding, so 13, what do we have at the top? So we had 30 top, is that consistent with these ones up here as well? 50 and 60. All right, we'll go with that one. We'll go with 30, and then we'll go 60 bottom. And I want this, the width of this to be, let's go 600. Yeah, nice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this heading here. I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to paste it under that. Oh, actually, oh no, that's fine. Bring that up there. I've got to change the color, of course, to black, and register. For webinar. Again, I'm not a copywriting expert, so you just come up with something here, and then you might put some more text in here. Actually, I like to just copy. Let's copy the styling on this, and again, we got to change the color of this to black because we've got to be able to see it. Register for webinar, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the labels, so it's just like that. And again, it just depends on how you want to do this, but I'm just going to add the orange color. I'm saving that as a global color just so I don't have to copy and paste things. Okay, so button normal. Somehow I got the hiccups. So, alright, and then oh yeah, and then we got the hover color. So I'm going to add that as orange hover. Orange color hover. Let's keep that really and go to buttons, and hover will be that one. Yeah, cool. Okay, and obviously submit, and then we got to change the let's go to the button, and we want to change the send to register now. And of course, I'm not going to go into great detail about styling. This is just just want to keep this really simple and quick. So, okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to fill out their name, email, and well, we don't even need message because it's kind of not really pertinent. So we just need name and email for them to register, because we just need their name and an email to send them an email to say, hey, this is going to be the this is going to be the the times and all that sort of stuff. So, and you could also put that in here as well in terms of obviously if it's going to be a webinar, then you're going to want to tell people what the time is, when the webinar is going to be. Generally, if it's a pre-recorded webinar, then you've already got it set up ready to go. So you just go, okay, register below, send them a link, and then get them access to it. So again, this is not exhaustive. It's just it's just I'm just showing you how to quickly do this. Okay, so we've got that form now. We've got that set up, and so let's just say that you're really happy with this now. You've created the perfect webinar sales page. Everything's perfect. You might want to throw some testimonials in there as well, and for what other people say. Let's go and do that actually. Let's go into blocks, and we'll go actually it's under here, under testimonials, and let's just go and add out how about we just add this 3-column section in here just for quick. So yep, that's nice. Let's copy this styling and paste the style. Can't see it of course, so we've got to go to the yep, nice, and probably make it a little bit smaller, like 40 or something like that. You'd probably change it to like past webinar testimonials or something like that. Again, I'm not perfect, but yeah, just so yeah, that's all there. Testimonials are great because they're a good way to sort of sell. Now also probably want to keep this in line, so it's 940, so we want to make this the same, 940, so it's kind of all in line with everything. Yeah, so I might even do the same with these ones because 940, cool. And that's a slider as well. Whoops. Let me just drop that back there. Okay, so alright, so that's cool. So essentially what we're going to do is, so we've set up the first landing page very quickly, very crudely. I'm not saying you do this, go and get some inspiration. And so yeah, essentially what you do then is we got to go and set up the thank you page, right? So let's go back to our thank you, back to our tab over here. I will keep landing page 1 open, and I'm going to go into edit the thank you page. I'm going to edit this with Elementor. Cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab this this top section here. I'm just going to copy that, paste that in there, and I'm going to then remove this button because we don't need it. Move that, and I am going to now just going to do a few changes here, so we'll get all that up. We might bring that back down to 100, and then I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to bring all this padding back to 0 again. Cool. What I'll do now is I will now add 3 columns. So this is where you go, thank you for registering. Now in this one we're going to actually have, we're going to pull in their we're actually going to pull in their name. So what I think we should do here is we should separate this out for their first and last name, and I think that's a good idea. So I'm going to add a new field here, and this one is going to be last name. Placeholder is going to be last name, and I'm going to make this 50%, I'm going to make the name column width 50%, so they sit next side by side. So they put in their first, their last, and their email address, which is pretty sweet. Also, good practice to do is just to name your form as well. So landing one form, or just call it landing form. I'm just going to keep it simple like that. Now I'm going to make sure that that's there, good, and that's fine. We'll just keep that. All we're going to need is the we're going to need the first name here, but I will show you that in a sec. So okay, so what we're going to do, so okay, I'm going to update that first. Now we've got these three boxes here, so I'm going to need a heading, copy, paste the style. I'm going to bring this down to like 20, no, not 20. Okay, 30, and letter spacing is going to be a little bit more because I'm going to just thank you for registering. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull in their first name that they add into this field, and it's going to say thank you for registering, first name at the well, their name that they put in, so it's personalized, so it's really nice. Then it's going to be and now we just got to so we're going to have to give them instructions on what to do next. Here is what to do next. So this one here is going to be check your email. That's my kids in the background if you can hear them, sorry about that. So the check your email, follow us on Facebook, something like that. And this one can be something like, you know, I don't know, check out our videos or something like that on check out our videos or something like that, you know. Might just bring this down to the next line. Check your email. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what I want to do with these is, let's bring in a bit of margin on the top here. So we've got 40. No, I didn't want to do that. Just wanted to go 40 top and bottom. Sweet. And then I'm going to add in a bit of text underneath, which is like, you know, we have sent you, can't write, an email with the webinar details. Okay, and copy that and paste that underneath, and then you would sort of go like, you know, follow us on our, or maybe actually join over 1,000 people just like you who want to improve your sales, something like that. Join our join us on Facebook with over 1,000 people. I take, yep, cool. And then over here it's like we have many more videos and tutorials to help you grow your sales, something like that. Okay, what I'll do is I'll change this to pure white, easy to, actually no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the columns all white. Copy, paste style, copy. Then I want to give these columns a bit of a margin. So let's go 10, copy, paste style, paste style. Cool, awesome, brilliant, excellent. So that is pretty much that. So okay, cool. So that's, and again, I'm not going to go into great detail about all of this. So I'm just setting those. Okay, cool. So here's what to do next. So again, we're going to get their first name on the form submission, and then it's going to just take this. So this is the landing page. So it's very horrible. It's not that great, but this is essentially what I've built. Cool. All right. So they fill out the form, and then once they've hit register now, they get taken to the thank you page where it asks them to check their email and do these other things here as well. And you may want to put a link, obviously, to the Facebook and maybe a link to the videos. So that's all good. All right. So, and then we're going to get our first name here. So to do that, we need to create a query string. Okay. But firstly, what I'll do is I will go back to landing page 1. Then I will put in under the name here. So our query is going to be name. That's basically what the query is going to be. But what I might do is I'll put fname. Actually, I'll change the ID here, fname, and then that changes that there. Cool. So that's our ID. So I'm going to grab that. Just copy. So we're going to copy this. So just Command C or Control C on your keyboard. And over here, actually, I should have just copied this first. So copy that, and then we'll go and click on dynamic tags. Now this is why you need the pro version of Elementor, because we want to get the dynamic stuff. There is a way to do it without having pro, but I'm not going to explain that in this video. So okay, so what we're going to do is go down to request parameter under that little tab, and then we're going to click on the little wrench icon, and we're going to leave it as get, and we're going to actually we're going to go back there, and we're going to copy fname. So fname's our parameter. So that's what we want to get from this. So this is basically saying get the parameter first name, this first name field here, and display it. Okay, that's what we want to do. We can go into advanced here, and this is where we need to add. I should have actually done that first. Let me just get out of here. I've got to get this. Click on dynamic. Go down to request parameter. Go into advanced, and before that parameter, I want to have this. Now we want to add a space at the end of that. Okay, so make sure there's a space before, like after this this text here, because that's the text that's going to show up. Now I am going to put that into fallback as well, and that will appear. So that's cool. Now go back to settings, and then I've got to get my fname, which is the parameter ID. So I'm essentially saying, okay, I want to get that parameter name, first name, and I'll show you an example of it when we do the test. Awesome. So now what we need to do is go back to the form here. Actually, we'll update that, and we'll go back to the form. We're going to go into the form here, and we're going to go into the settings. So now normally what you would do also here is that you would add your, so if the email is going to connect to say MailChimp or MailerLite or Convert, there's several here. So obviously you'll probably want to send it to an email, maybe your email address. You may even want to set up an email to send to them as a thank you. But if you're using something like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or GetResponse, ConvertKit, MailerLite, you can connect these this form up to those. You just need to go and get the API keys for those, and under Elementor settings in the dashboard, under integrations, this is where you get the like MailChimp API key, and or Drip or ActiveCampaign, GetResponse. You just got to go get the API key, stick it in here, validate it, save the changes, and then come back and once you have come back into the page to edit it, and then you'll come in and you'll add like the whatever one that you're going to choose, like MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, that whatever that is. Then you would click on MailChimp, for example, and then MailChimp appears in this tab here, and then that will go and fetch, and you just choose the audience of where that email goes. Now in this also case is that you'll set up MailChimp or MailerLite or whatever to send the email that has the information in it for, say, the webinar, or it could be the download link for the ebook or whatever. So you use that system to do that. Again, you can use Elementor as well if you wanted to set up email to, and then you could send it to them as well in this message field here. I'm not going to go through it because it's a little bit more technical, but yeah, essentially that's what you would do for that. So the other action we're going to want after the form is submitted, we want to send them to, we want to redirect them to the thank you page. So now that we've, so I've added redirect here by clicking the redirect under add action. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to redirect, and then this is the link that we need to send it to. Now, this is a special link, and this is going to include the query string, which is the fname query string. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to actually do that. So what we'll do is we'll go back here, we'll go to pages, and we're going to view the thank you page. And there's our thank you page. And now, okay, so just for example here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the query, okay, and I just want to show you. So I'm going to type at the end, I'm going to type a question mark, equal, I think it's fname equals, and I'm just going to put my name, and then there we go. So there we are now going to personalize it, right? So that's the query string there. Now the query string that we need to build is the same. We've got that fname, but we go back to landing one, and this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. Not hard, but yeah, go into the form fields, go to name, go to advanced, and what we're doing is we're going to copy this shortcode right here. Then we'll go back to the page that we just had open. I'm going to remove Paul, and I'm going to paste that into there, right? Now, so that's our query, but that's our URL that we're going to put into the form redirect link. So we'll grab that, copy it, and we're going to go back into the redirect, and we're going to paste it just in there. Okay, no, that's not good. All right, forgot about that. So what we need to do is we need to remove that. So just totally just forget what I just said about that, because it puts the 20% in between. We don't want that. So go back to there, fname, go down to our redirect. So redirect. So essentially what you need to put at the end there is question mark. So / question mark, the parameter name that you've got that you want to get. And then it's equals, and then we paste that shortcode, which is basically the fname, which pulls in the name. Cool, understood? All right, cool, let's move on. So we'll update that. Alrighty, so cool. So now we've got, we have got our landing page. So now I'm going to go and view this on the front end. I'll keep those open. So there we go. There's our landing page, right? Oh, we've actually also got to set up this register now to scroll down to this. So let's do that. So we'll go back to the button, go back to contents, and then we essentially just want to go, I think / and then register. I'll just call it register now. Actually, no, what we need to do is put a hash in front of that, I think. Hash register now. And we're going to go down to here and we will add a, I think it goes into here. I'll just test this. So we'll go register now in the CSS ID. So we'll do that. Go back and refresh this page. And then we'll go register. Yep, cool. So that takes them down to the register webinar, which is great. That's what we wanted. And then, okay, so I'm just going to simply show you how this works. So we'll put in the first name, my last name, and my email address. I'll just put my Gucci one, actually. Yeah, that doesn't really matter actually. I'm not really test@test.com.au. Sorry for the person who's got test.com.au and that email address. Okay, so we'll register now. Now technically that now should take us to the thank you page, and it's got my name there. Cool, huh? And then of course it says check your email and then follow us on Facebook and all that. So that is how you do a basic funnel. Now what we want to do is we want to set up the split test, right? So we're gonna set up the split test on the landing page 1. Okay, so we're gonna change a few things. We're gonna change the color of the button. We might change the headline a bit, and that's it. I'm not gonna do anything more on that. So we'll keep landing page 1 open. Now, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. Okay, so because I installed that duplicator plugin, so or duplicate post plugin. So I'm going to duplicate that. Okay, so we're going to create a new. That creates a new draft landing page 1. So we'll put landing 2. Do that. It's going to be published. Elementor canvas, fine, we'll go updates, perfect, and then we'll go and edit with Elementor. So now we should have this a copy of that sales page. So we've got landing 1, landing 2, and I'm going to change this button to a I don't know. Let's change it to something like a yellow button or something like that. Pretty horrible, but this is the process of split testing, right? Let me go get that color because I want to apply that to, and then we'll do that, and cool. Okay, obviously the button down here is going to change as well. So we've got styling button. Hover, and that's going to be that, and got to change the hover style for this as well. Cool. Alright, so keep it consistent. It's probably a horrible design, but anyway, so learn how to double your sales in just 15 minutes per day. Become a sales superstar with our 15-minute bite-sized, again, bite-sized information, info or something, bite-sized courses or something like that. And then yes, so that's, and then obviously the button takes them down to the register button, and then that's it. So that's essentially all I'm going to change on that. So so that's going to be our split test, right? So we want to split test between the landing page 1 and the landing page 2. Okay, so I've got that set up, and the thank you page is just going to be the same, not going to change any of that. So now what I'm going to do is go back into the dashboard. So I could probably even close these now, don't need them open. So back into the dashboard, now we're going to come into split test. So we're going to add a test, going to give it a name, we'll call it landing test, something like that. The test type is going to be page, so page to test whole pages against each other because we've created 2 pages. I won't go through elements, but I will go through the page. Identifier, I'm just going to go landing, or I don't know, test. Actually, I'll just go landing test. I'm actually really not sure what this is meant for, but yeah, anyway, I'll just go. So these are the 2, we want to test the variation. So we've got landing 1, the post is landing 1, and we want 50%. So 50% of the, it's going to be 50-50. So 50% of the traffic goes to landing 1, and 50% goes to landing 2. And then what we want to do is set the conversion. So the conversion type is a page, so that's going to be our thank you. And then we're going to save that, and then that is that. So perfect. We'll go back to split test, and then we can go to statistics, and this is where we can see, you know, what's happening on the website. So if I go to, say, landing page 1, we'll just go and view that. Now I'm going to just refresh that, and okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open this up in a browser window, in a new browser window. I'm actually just thinking that we probably can't have this as the home page because the identifier is the actual URL of that page. So essentially what we need to do is we need to create a kind of like a home page, right? And then I've got to set that to home and keep landing page as a separate page. Yeah, I've got to do that. So if I go to the website now, it's going to just be a blank page. So if I go to landing 1, it'll bring up the landing page. Okay, so if I go to I see. So basically we have to go to the identifier. Okay, I got it. Okay, so see, even I get things wrong, and I guess in a way that I sort of want to show you that you know, even people like me make mistakes, you know, to get things right. But if we go back to split test, that's what the identifier is for. So if we go into here, that's our landing. So that's basically our URL right there. So if I go to landing test, so I probably didn't have to do the home page, right? So yeah, now that's taking me to landing page 1, and if I go landing test again, and I might have to do it a few times over and over again to try and get landing page 2 to come up. So if I go back and look at the other tab that I have open, go to split test, go into statistics. So okay, so I can see that there's now one view on that landing page 1. It's probably because I'm just reloading it on the same URL, like maybe the same IP, so it's not going to really work. So essentially what happens so that's the URL that you share to people, right? So that's the landing page test, and then they either go to landing page 1 or they either go to landing page 2. right? So, and then you might run that for say a month, right? Or a week or 2 weeks or whatever, however long you want to run it for. And then you come back into the statistics and you say, okay, well, which one is converting better than the than the other page? And then you know that the design that's converted. So if you go register now, again, put in my name, in my fake email address, register now, that will take me to the thank you page, right? So if I go back to the other tab, go to split test, and I refresh, then it will show that landing page 1 has had 1 view and 1 conversion, and it has a 100% conversion rate. Now obviously that's just me, but if you run it for 30 days or a week or whatever, you'll see which one is working the best. So is the orange button better, or is the weirdly ugly yellow button working better? And then once you figure out which one works better, you just remove the page and then you go and run with that. Or you can keep testing. You could actually create another landing page with a few other variables and then test that against the one that you got actual results from. So then that way you can keep improving it. So that's it, guys. That's essentially it. So I'm not going to go through any more, but that is all you have to do to set up a very, very basic sales funnel in your in Elementor. And there's certainly many other ways you can do things. Like you could take them to a thank you page, which basically they could sign up. So there's different ways to create a funnel. I'm losing it now. A funnel. So yeah, the first step is like take them to a page. They have to do something, right? And then you might take them to another page where you might say, just before you go off or whatever, you might offer them something else. So if they sign up for a webinar, you might send them to another page that says, great, thanks for signing up for the webinar, just like the thank you page we've created. But you could actually have an offer there. You could say, hey, to complement the webinar, we're giving, you might give them something else, or you might ask for a small order. Like it could be, to complement the webinar, we've got this beautiful notebook that you can write your webinar notes in. And it's only $9.95, including shipping and handling or something. And then you could sell that as an order bump, right? And then they add that to cart, thank you, and then that takes them to the thank you page with the information on what they can do more after that. So there's many different ways you can do this. But I guess the fundamental things you need to remember is that keep it very simple. Like, one sales page is for one thing. Don't have like 3 different types of widgets, for example. Like, just send them to that one page for that one action. Don't confuse people. And if it's going to be set up on your website, make sure that it's that you don't have the header and the footer in it. Okay, you might want to put the header and the footer on the thank you page, right? Because you might want people to go and basically have a look around your website after that if you want. Or you could just keep it all very vanilla and don't let them escape anywhere. don't let them go anywhere. So that's essentially, the things that you need to consider. All right, well, I hope this has helped you out, and this is on YouTube, obviously, so just leave your comments below if you have any questions. But yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.